Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Yundaning Tias Damayanti. So today I will presentation for project classroom management. So now I will explain part 1 about analyzing classroom organization. Analyzing classroom organization is not just about arranging desk positions, but about how to create an environment that supports learning efficiency and minimizes distractions. Physical environment. This includes seatings arrangement such as U-shape group or traditional rows that must be adjusted according to learning activities. Good organization ensures that teachers have easy access to all students and that all students can see the blackboard or screen without obstruction. Routines and procedures. An effective organization has clear procedures for daily activities, such as how to collect assignments, how to ask for permission to go to the bathroom, or how to transition from one lesson to the next without chaos. Research management. How learning materials, books, stationery, digital devices are stored and shared. If students know where to take and put things to the time will not to be wasted. Main objective: to create a predictable structure, not that students feel safe and can fully focus on the subject matter, not on logical confusion. Causes of classroom conflict. Conflict in the classroom is a common occurrence, but understanding its causes is key to resolving it. In general, conflicts arise due to several factors. Communication breakdown. Misunderstanding often occur between the teachers and students or among students themselves. Unclear instruction or a tone of voice perceived as condescending can trigger defensiveness. Power struggles. Some students may feel the need to assert dominance or seek attention in front of their peers by challenging the teacher's authority, as in Savannah's case in part 2. Value and personality classes. Differences in cultural backgrounds, personal values, or opposing personalities among students can cause frictions, especially in group work. Unmet needs. Students who feel bored because the material is too easy or frustrated because the material is too difficult often express these emotions through disruptive behavior as conflict with those around them. So now I will explain part 2 about problem and solution analysis. Number 1, Mr. Eleazar's problem. Disruption in the back row problem. Some students in the back row are unfocused, chatting, shooting, and playing with objects from home even though the discussion topic is very interesting. Logical analysis. The main issue here is proximity control and physical classroom arrangement. Students in the back feel hidden from the teacher's line of sight, so they feel free to engage in non-academic activities. Detailed solutions. Proximity intervention. Mr. Eleazar should not just stand in front during the discussion. He should move to the back area. The physical presence of the teacher near the disruptive students is usually enough to stop the behavior without needing to reprimand verbally. Redesign seating. Change the seating layout to a U shape or circle. In this way, there are not isolated back rows and all students face each other, which naturally increases their accountability. Active engagement. Assign specific roles to distracted students, such as being the discussion note taker or timekeeper, so their energy is channeled into positive activities. Number 2, Miss Giandra's problem. Provocative student Zevano issue. Zevano consciously disrupts the class, teases classmates, makes sarcastic comments toward the teacher, and uses charm, grin, or courtesy to manipulate situation in front of his peers. Logical analysis. Stefano is engaged in a power struggle. He wants to show that he has more control over the class than Miss Giandra, scolding her harshly in public actually gives her the stage she wants. Detailed solutions. Private confrontation. Avoid arguing with Zevano in front of other students. Miss Giandra must speak with him one-on-one after class or in the corridor without an audience. Zevano's show-off behavior will lose its purpose. Differential reinforcement. Give attention or praise only when Zevano shows positive behavior. When he starts being sarcastic, use the planet ignoring technique if the disruption is minor, or give a firm, emotionless, logical consequences. Empowerment. Give Zevano responsibilities that rescue leadership. Students like Zevano usually have a significant influence on their peers. Direct that influence to help the teacher, not oppose them. Number 3, Miss Yeskil's problem. Conflict and fights among students issue. There are actions of teasing, bickering, and even physical violence, pushing and shooting in the classroom. Logical analysis. This is a problem social emotional climate and lack of conflict resolution in the classroom. The tension that has been allowed to build up has reached a boiling point, resulting in open conflict. Detailed solutions. Immediate de-escalation. The first step is to separate the involved students to calm their emotions. Do not worry, try to resolve the issue while they are still angry or shooting. Class meeting and peer meditation. After the situation calms down, hold a meditation session. Use iMessages techniques. Example, I feel sad when I hear teasing because blah 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 blah, to help students understand the impact of their words on others' feeling. Stabilizing ground rules. Miss Eskila needs to reform the class rules regarding respect. Involve the students in creating a learning contract that outlines how they should treat each other, including strict consequences if physical violence occurs. Bullying prevention. Conduct an investigation to determine whether this is merely a spontaneous quarrel or an organized pattern of bullying, so that it can be addressed systematically. So that's all my presentation. Thank you so much for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.